Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me IJ and this is IJ Designs. In today's tutorial we are going to learn how to draft a cow kaftan, but the kaftan is going to be a stylish kaftan. So look, that's the kaftan we are going to draft today and transfer to our material. Can you see it? Yeah, this kaftan. One side of it is with flowered material, the other side is with plain. The other side of it, this side is with a plain material and this side is with a flowered material. You can use any material of your choice. So we are going to draft this on a pattern paper and then we'll transfer it to our material. So let's get started. And before we get started, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you have not, please take your time, take a minute or so and subscribe to my channel. You will not regret passing by my channel. I will always share my knowledge with you. Just share, like and comment on my videos. And also hit on the notification bell that whenever I upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. So now let's get drafted. As you can see, this is my pattern paper. Don't forget what you need to do your patterns. Your ruler, your marker, your tape, scissors, the pattern scissors, the fabric scissors, and also your small ruler. All is needed in order to draft this. So now, let's start. As you can see, I've inserted some lines on this, my pattern paper, but I'm going to explain what the lines are. Here is the shoulder. From the shoulder is the armhole, 8 inches. The armhole, 8 inches. I marked a straight line. Here is my waist. Normally, I don't use all this. I'm not going to use all this in this part, in this tutorial, in the cloth. But I want to insert it so that you can also know how to insert all these measurements. This is the, here from shoulder to waist, my is 16.5. From the waist, from the shoulder to the hip is 22. From the hip to my knee, where I would like the cuff to start, is 33. And then down to the length of the material. The length of the material, I want it to be long. So I did the length of the material to be 60. The length of the material to be 60. That's the length of the material, 60 or 61. 1 inches hemming it at the end of it. That is to hem it, to turn it over. From the shoulder point to my arm that I needed is 27. So after the 8 inches of the shoulder divided into 2, I added extra 19.5 inches. So altogether is 27 inches. So here, from my shoulder here to the arm of my kaftan is 27.5 inches. Then I mark 27.5 inches because I added 19.5. So altogether is 27.5 inches. So here, what is my bust measurement? My bust measurement is 9.5 because it's 38. 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. This is 9.5. I don't need it because it is a kaftan. It is a full kaftan. What I need is the length, the shoulder level, and where I wanted it to end at my arm. That is the most important thing that is needed. And also here, what is the neck that I want? The neck, the opening of the neck, I add 3.5 inches. The horizontal 3.5 inches. Then the vertical, I came down with 4 inches because I don't want it to be too low. And I connect it with my hand cuff. This is the neck opening. So from there, from the shoulder, I came down 1.5 inch at the end of the 27, the length 27. Then I came down with 1.5 inch. Then I slide with your ruler, your long ruler, then slide to the 3.5 inches of the opening. Slide. Then from there we move down to where you want, from the knee, from the shoulder to the knee. This is the shoulder to the knee is 33. That is where I want the cuff to start. So what I just have to do, because it's a kaftan, I will come down here from the opening of my arm. I will take 8 inches here. 8 inches. This is the opening of the arm. 8 inches. So from this opening of the arm, I will give it a bit curve. I will curve it. Just curve it in this manner. Curve it. Then curve it to join to this area. That is the hip. After the measurement of the hip. What is the measurement of my hip? The measurement of my hip, hip 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. This is 10 inches. Then I brought down the 10 inches also to the knee. 10 inches to the knee. And I added a bit of allowance so that I can walk easily. And also this 10 inches, I brought it down to the hem of the kaftan. To the hem of the kaftan. Then I added 2.5 extra inches. Half inches to join it to the other side of the kaftan, and 2 inches for ease. So you just curve it from the arm, from here, from the arm. Just curve it, go straight down. Just give it a little bit of curve. A curve to the arm, to the hip. A little bit of curve to the hip. Then you connect it down straight to the 2.5 inches that you have already made at the bottom of the kaftan. This is the bottom of the kaftan, that is 12.5. Remember, my hip is 10 plus 2.5 extra inches. I added it, then just connect it. That 12.5 inches, bring it up to the knee area where it will start flowing. Also 2.5 inches, that give it a straight line. You give it a straight line, so you give it a straight line, then you connect it from the armhole. Connect it, give it a little bit of curve to the hip area, then join it to where you want it to end. And remember, in this style that we are making, you are also going to this colored material did not come down to the end, but the plain material was joined to the colored to make it stylish. So remember, while cutting, you are not going to cut this part to the end. You are going to cut it to where that is your desired length. Then you now join it with the plain material. So now, in order to do that, I'm going to measure out from the down of my material. I'm going to measure up to 22.5. That is where I want the colored material to join. So I measured from the hem of the material up to 22. So here I'm going to cut it at this 22 in order to join the plain material. But I'm going to also add an allowance of 1/2 inch. So it will be 20. Let's say, instead of cutting out 22.5, I'm going to cut 23 so that I can have a 1/2 inch allowance to join it to the main colored material. And remember, while cutting your colored material, try to cover up this 1/2 inch that you have taken away while cutting it out. So the colored material, just add an extra 1 inch to it while cutting it. while cutting the flowered material, join 1 inch to it in order to cover up the half you took away, and also they have to join it to the colored material. So now I'm going to transfer this pattern to my fabric. Now I have transferred my pattern to my fabric. I've cut it out. Remember that our style here is divided into two. One plain from the shoulder to the bottom of the material we are making. The material is divided into two, as you can see. This is plain, and this side is flowered, and this side is plain. This plain is from the shoulder to the down part of it, to the end of the material. Then the other side is from the shoulder to your desired length, and then you join the plain material. So now I have cut out two. You have to cut them two. You cut out these two, you cut the flowered also two. Then this joining at the end, you also cut it two. So now I've cut out two of these. And remember, while cutting it out, because you are going to join into the other fabric, always add ½ an inch at the edge of the material so that you don't lose any allowance. Also, the flowered, what I'm using is this. I'm using this material as my flowered. I've also cut it out. I'm using this material as my flowered. I've also cut it out, and also cut out this, the plain material, to join to the down part of it before joining everything together. So now I'm going to take it to the machine and put it together, then I'll show you how. Now I have joined this that has the colored at the down of it. I have joined it together, you see. Remember, while cutting this, you are going to cut it out into 4 pieces. Like I said, the edge is going to be open because you are going to join each to the other side. The front, one of the fronts is joining to the back, one of the back you join it to the front. So you are going to cut it into 2. Now I have 4 pieces. Instead of having 2 as a normal kaftan, I have 4. And don't forget to add extra ½ an inch while cutting it open. Now I'm going to join the front and the back together. Let me show you what I meant. I'll use my pin to hold it before going to the machine to sew it. Now I will take one of this piece. I will join it to this. I will join this piece. I will join it to this piece. I'll show you. I have joined this. I have joined the first half, the first 2. So look how it looks like after joining it. You see, this is how it's going to be. Do you see it? This is how it's going to be. Look at the down part. You see it? That is how it's going to be. The down part, that's the upper part of it. That is how it's going to be. So I'm going to do it also to this, and after that I join it together and I will show you how it looks like. Now the 2 sides have been joined. Can you see how it now looks? You see, to the hem of it, how it looks, That's the 2 sides of it. That's the 2 sides. Now it has been 2. The 2 sides of it has been joined. Now I'm going to join the 2 sides together. Also hem the neckline, also the hand and the down, and I'll show you the finished look. I have joined the front and the back together. So in this kaftan, there is no front, there is no back. You can decide to put the flowered sides on your right hand side. The next time you are putting it on, you decide to put it on your left hand side. The choice is yours. So now the panels have been joined together. Our kaftan is ready. And also I decided to use this bias to cover up the joining of the two fabric. I decided to use it. I run it on down till down to the hem of the material. Also at the back, I did the same at the back. I used it also to cover up where the two materials are attached. I did it until the hem of the cloth. Then I hemmed the neckline with also the bias. I used the bias to hem the neckline, and also the hem of the kaftan. I also folded it with 1 inch that we added while cutting. We gave allowance of 1 inch. I use it to fold it up. Now at the hand of it, I decided to make it a different style from what is there. I decided to alter it a bit and make it look more beautiful by putting it a belt that I can tie it as a rose. See, I also did it. The material, this material, I use it on the side of the plane, and on the material of the plane, I use it on this side of this material. I'm going to put it on now, and I'll show to you guys how it looks like. Now this is the end product of the kaftan that we have just made. Can you see it? Like I said, the hand, I decided to change it by putting it a belt so that I can tie it here, and by so doing, I changed the flowered. I put it on this side, and the plain, I put it on the flowered side to make it look a little bit different. Also, the neck, you can also decide to put it like this to make it one shoulder. It's also nice. The next time you are wearing it, you can decide to put this to this area because the cloth doesn't have front and back. It's the same size. You can decide to change this to this area. The choice is yours. Doesn't it look beautiful? Yes. Can you see it? Just DIY yours. Just do one and tag me on my Instagram. I'm in Instagram as IJ Designs. On Facebook as Ijeoma Ozoma. Try yours. And you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Comment, like and share my videos. And also hit on the notification bell. Now whenever I upload a new video, you will be forced to be notified. I love you, and I'll continue to be sharing my knowledge of fashion with you guys. See you in my next video. Love you. Bye bye.